Hey guys, Fastbucks here. I just want to make a quick tutorial video on how to add your own Steam games to the PC games wheel in RetroBeast. Let's check it out. It should be pretty easy. So first I'm going to show you RetroBeast, and I want to add the Stardew Valley game that I purchased on Steam into my list. So here's what it looks like ahead of time. All right, I'm loaded in. Going to go over to PC games. In my PC game section, you're going to see here, I've got all the games that I've added manually here. But you'll notice no Stardew Valley. It's a Rage 4, Meat Boy, Shredder's Revenge, but there's no Stardew Valley. So I'm going to quit out, and this has to be done in a few different steps. So, step one, you want to load up your Steam. You want to find your game that's installed, Stardew Valley. Right click, go to Manage, click on Add Desktop Shortcut. Close this down. You now have this shortcut, okay? Next, what I like to do is to see if Chris already has the artwork for this game. Because if you don't have the artwork, then when you go through the menus, you're not going to see the name of it. It's just going to come up blank. So this one's been out a while. I'm guessing that he already has the artwork. But here's where you check. You want to go to this folder here. It's on your D drive. RetroBeast 64 Coin Ops, Collections, ZY PC Games, Medium Artwork, okay? So you'll see here there's a few different folders, logo, marquee, poster, video. The easiest one that I look for to see if he's got it is I just go into the logo. Go into logo. These are all the logos for a lot of the games, PC games. Up here, I'm just going to type in Stardew Valley. There we go, Stardew Valley. So there's a few different Stardew Valley this, but this one here, Stardew Valley.png. You double click on it, boom, that looks like the Stardew Valley logo. So the one thing we got to note here is that we need this exact name spelled exactly the same way. This means our shortcuts and our bat file that we create all has to have the exact same name. So what I like to do is just click on here, Control C to copy it to my clipboard. And then what I like to do is go over here, and I've created a folder on my E drive or whatever other drive you have. You could make this on your C drive. I call it Steam Games on Beast. If I open this up, right now you're going to see that it's empty. So what I want to do is I want to take the shortcut from my desktop, and I want to move it into this folder. And then I want to make sure the spelling of this link here is the exact same as it was previously. So if I click on here and I do Control V, it's going to paste in exactly what Chris had there for the image, which it was the exact same thing. So this here, if you double clicked on it right now, it would launch Steam and it would load your game, no problem. That's the shortcut, right? We can delete this shortcut over here on our desktop. We don't need that anymore. Next, we need to create a bat file that's going to load this when selected in the menu. So I have a template.bat file here that I kind of use for my games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this, drag it down, and go copy here. And I'm just going to click on the name. I'm going to paste the same name, StardewValley.bat, right? So we've got Stardew Valley, the shortcut to Steam. And now this Stardew Valley is the one that's going to be launched through Chris's RetroBeast. So we right click, edit this. You're going to see a whole bunch of information here. The only thing that we're concerned with here is we need to make sure this set game name equals blah. Now, in this one says Streets of Rage. This was for another game I was adding, but we want it to be the Stardew Valley, right? Stardew Valley is what we want. So I like to come over here, copy, Control C this, copy this right in here, paste. Boom. Now StardewValley.url. I'm going to go to File, Save, and then File, Exit. And I'm just noticing there's actually a typo right here. I'm going to, there we go. Oh, there wasn't a typo. That was my bad. Okay. So now we've got Stardew Valley, the shortcut to Steam, Stardew Valley.bat. And now what we need to do, the last thing, is we need to create a shortcut into the RetroBeast D drive PC games folder. So in here, this is where Chris's RetroBeast looks for the shortcuts to show in the menu. So what we want to do, the easiest thing to come over here, can right click and drag into this folder, right click, and then create shortcut here. You'll see here it made a Stardew Valley.bat dash shortcut, right? You need to make sure that it doesn't say any of this stuff. It just says, boom, Stardew Valley. Press enter. Okay, so what this did, this here is a shortcut to this folder where the batch file lives, and then this bat file is what loads this link, which eventually loads your Steam game. There might be an easier way to do this, but this is just the way I do it, and it's simple. Another thing is that if you ever do a sync recovery, you're probably going to lose all of these shortcuts, all your custom shortcuts. So what you can do is, if you, you can back all your shortcuts up on this other drive here, because the E drive doesn't usually get synced. So since we know that the logo was located in here, and now we know our shortcuts and everything are there, I think we should be good. If I open back up the Beast, I go back over to PC games. Let's go down, 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 and look at that. Boom, Stardew Valley. And because that same name was the same, the video is showing, the logo is showing there. And then if I press A, you're going to see Stardew Valley starts loading. And I'm in. I'm going to press Control, Select and Start to exit. Now I'm back at the main screen. I'm going to exit again. I just wanted to make one quick point in the batch file that is important. So if you edit this batch file, you're going to see down here I put a pause. I put this echo game closed, etc. I found that with some Steam games, if you don't add the pause here, some Steam games will load another program quickly and then disappear, and the RetroBeast will notice that as if the game closed down all of a sudden, and then the game never loads. By putting this pause in here, you're pretty much pausing the batch file, the game loads, and then RetroBeast won't boot back out to the main menu. You can remove this pause and see what I'm talking about, but I've just found keeping this here is fine. And then when you press your start and select to exit, the script that Chris uses to close down the program, it closes down the batch file for you anyway. So I hope this helped. I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, toss me a message on Discord, just fast bucks. Thanks, guys.